Hello everyone. So in yesterday's class we have discussed about 6 fundamental rights where we have seen about right to equality, right to freedom, right to equality, right to freedom, and then we moved at the right against exploitation. Now in this class we are going to look at the right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, and right to constitutional remedies. So what are they? So right to freedom of religion. Article 25 to 28 covers right to freedom of religion. So what does it provide? It says that a person has right, to practice, propagate, freedom of conscience, and to follow any religion whichever he wants. So Article 25 says that a person has the right of freedom of conscience. Freedom of conscience means I have the freedom to choose my God. I have the freedom to mold my relation with the God in whatever way I want. I am free whether to do puja or whether to not to or not, whether to do or not. Similarly, I can practice any religion, whether Hinduism, Islam, Christianity, or any religion I can follow. I can propagate as well. I can propagate my views. I can spread the information about my religious beliefs, etc. So this comes under Article 25. Then there is Article 26, 27, 28. All these three articles says that freedom from payment of taxes for religious purpose. Freedom from payment of taxes for religious purposes. This indicates that a person cannot be forced to pay taxes on religious basis. So आपको फोर्स नहीं किया जा सकता कि आप टैक्स दो फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर रीजन, विच इम्प्लाइज दैट टैक्स कैन बी यूज्ड फॉर प्रमोशन ऑफ ऑल द रिलीजन and not a particular religion. Then it also provides that no one can force to attend religious instruction. So no one can force a student to attend religious instruction in the school. So in the school, no person can be forced to attend the religious instruction, and in the government schools, religious instruction cannot be given. So this is about Article 25 to 28. Like you can, you are free to. So there is a freedom from payment of taxes. So you won't be forced to pay taxes for promotion of a religion. You're free to propagate, practice your religion, and also no one can be forced to attend religious instruction in the schools. So this is about Article 25 to 28. Now we will look at cultural and educational rights. So cultural and educational rights, one is Article 29 and one is Article 30. Article 29 says that a minority or a particular community with distinct culture, language, so people have right to preserve their language, culture. So people have right. So under Article 29, people having distinct language, script, etc. can preserve their culture. And Article 30 says that rights of minorities to establish and administer educational institutions. So, minorities have the right to establish and administer their educational institution, which implies that जो minority communities है, they can set up their educational institutions and they have freedom in certain sense, they have some sort of autonomy. So minorities can establish and administer their educational institution, which comes under Article 30, whereas Article 29 says that persons or the communities or the people having distinct language, script, okay, having distinct yani different language, script, etc. can preserve or conserve their culture. So this is about Article 29 to 30, and then we have right to constitutional remedies, which comes under Article 32. Article 32 says that if your fundamental right is violated, if either of your fundamental right is violated, then you can file a writ. You can file a writ. So this writ is an order of the government, or order of the Supreme Court and a High Court, under which order is given so that your fundamental right can be enforced. So suppose if you are not getting right to equality, or if your fundamental right is violated, you can go to Supreme Court and High Court. Supreme Court under Article 32 and High Court under Article 226. So based on these two articles, so for the enforcement of fundamental right, you can directly go to Supreme Court. So Supreme Court is the guardian of our constitution. It assures that your fundamental rights will be implemented. So under Article 32, you move to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court issues writs. So these are judicial orders given by Supreme Court and High Court for the enforcement of your fundamental rights. Now this is very, very important, Article 32, and this is also a fundamental right. Now these are the two articles, Article 32 to 226, very important. These articles under which you go to a writ, and Supreme Court issues different writs like habeas corpus, prohibition, quo warranto, etc. So number of writs are issued by the Supreme Court based on the nature of the complaint, and then your fundamental right is enforced. So these are the three fundamental rights which we have discussed. So now let us see what are the fundamental rights which we have discussed in the book. So if you see, one is one is right to, so this is fourth one, right to freedom of religion. You also have right to equality. Article 14 to 18, right to freedom. Article 19 to 22, and right against exploitation. So these are the 6 fundamental rights which we have discussed. One important thing, there is Article 21A. Article 21A of the Indian Constitution provides for right to education. So it is right of every person to get education up to 14 years of age, free and compulsory education, and this has been made a fundamental right under Article 21A. So these are the 6 fundamental rights. This Article 21A comes under right to freedom. So this comes under right to freedom. So there are 6 fundamental rights in our constitution. So this is about the fundamental rights. So thank you. कितने मिनट?